button. Okay, we're set.
Do you want to like explain overall, or do you want me to?
Go for it.
Okay, so we just decided that at the beginning of every month, or at the beginning of every like new program that we're kind of all doing together, we want to have like a personal goals setting kind of Zoom, just like this coffee chat. So where we're talking about not only like business goals if you have them, or like if you're not even doing the business, then talking about health goals or personal goals, or like it can be anything, any kind of goals, just kind of like vision casting for your life and like setting goals for the month ahead. Because I think it's really important to not only like think about, you know, year-long vision for your life, but also like break that down and go, okay, if I want to like reach this, then for this month I have to do this. Like if I want to lose 20 pounds, that's not going to happen in a month. So for this month, I'm going to focus on 5 pounds. And then next month, I'm going to focus on the next 5. So that's kind of like the overall thing. And we're each just going to go around and share our goals, get a little vulnerable and talk. I know it was so scary at first for me to do that, but don't worry. No judgment. I'm literally in my pajamas right now, have not showered. So it'll be fun. So I don't know, Megan, do you want to start out?
Yeah, so I'll just start with, I guess, my fitness goals, because I know a lot of us are about to start LIIFT4. And I just like ever since Summit have just been like struggling to get back in my groove of things. So I'm stoked for this to start tomorrow. Fortunately, Ryan's doing it with me. It's the first one he's ever done with me, and so it's keeping me super duper accountable. And then that'll help me keep you guys super duper like accountable. But my health and fitness goals are to commit to that program from start to finish. And I know there's going to be like a handful of days in there that it's going to be tough, and do my best to plug into our accountability group, our summer shred group, whenever those days are coming. When, you know, my Sadaki season starts up and the school year starts up, just to keep these weekend days, like Sundays are huge for me, to set my week up right and to make sure that I put that time aside on Sundays to do so. One of my big goals, and I've realized it over the last few weeks, is if I don't get good sleep, then I'm less able to say no to those temptations. So if I'm only getting like 5-6 hours of sleep, I'm more likely to fall into like bad cravings, or be like, oh, I don't feel like eating the salad I prepped, let me go get something from like, you know, a place on my way home from work. But if I get like 8+ hours of sleep each night, then I have a stronger mindset. And so my goals along with that is to read every night before bed and be in bed by 9:30, at least until the school year starts. And then it's got to be, who knows what's going to happen. Yeah, so that's kind of where mine are sitting right now as far as health goes. Really focusing on sleep, because that's something I've been struggling with a lot lately. Focusing on my nutrition, setting aside time on Sundays to make sure that I prep and plan and cook for the week. And honestly, hitting a yoga class 3 times a week is my goal, because I have just not been going as much until like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, I love that. I can just start because I'm kind of the same way right now. I feel like my sleep pattern has just been kind of off lately, and it probably happened like when Summit happened, because we were just like staying up until like 3 a.m. because we never see each other. And so we're all like so excited. So since then, I feel like I've been going to bed at like 10:30, 11, but honestly, like that's just too late for me. It might like sound like a baby or like a grandma, but I like need to go to bed at like 9:30. I think like that's what my goal would be to aim for, and then getting up at like 5:45, 5:30 to 6ish, because those morning hours are like my key time. Like Lola's not up yet, Chad's not up yet, and when they both wake up, like they just stress me out because Chad like he's wonderful, but like he just starts talking to me and I'm like, I don't want to talk to you, like stop it. And then same with like Lola, she's just needy, she's a puppy, and so she needs like love and cuddles and playtime. And so to have like those first like few moments alone, and then to just like get into my work, it just makes me feel so much better. And then also on top of that, I've been trying, so like I always read when I wake up, but I've been trying to like get some sort of like either a devotional in the morning or a meditation. And I love like meditation because I feel like devotionals are more like you're reading and like taking in good like spiritual knowledge and whatever, like identity stuff. But sometimes like I feel like I just need to listen and like sit there and like be open and honest with myself and like my thoughts and like whatever is to come to me. Like, I don't know. So I've been trying to do that. I've been writing it in my, like, I write down all my goals weekly and then I like check them off, or all my like activities for stuff. And I've been writing out meditation as one, and it's horrible because I've literally checked it off once this week. I'm like, I need to do that. And also like I realize if I don't get it in the morning, then I don't like do it at all during the day. So it's like one of those things where I have to, like, I don't know, all the things kind of rely on each other. Like if I'm not getting up early, then I'll be stressed out. Like I won't have enough time, so I won't get my meditation in. If I don't get it in the morning, then I don't get it in at all. So it's all like, I feel like it's like built up on each other. And then the other thing is yoga as well. Oh my gosh. So I only teach yoga now one time per week. And that is like so key and like so nice for me to not teach more than that, just because like I want to dive into my own practice. So with LIIFT4, I'm like so stoked because all those rest days I'm planning on, like, I for sure want to like start hiking more because there's tons in Nashville, like tons of like little mountain ranges. To me, they're mountains, but like to people here, they're like, they're not mountains, they're hills. But I want to go like out and explore those. And there's tons of waterfalls. And so just getting more activity like that in is going to be so fun. And then yoga, my goal is to like go to one yoga class per week because I get free yoga at the studio I teach at. So that's awesome. And then I want to just like be able to practice every single day, even when I'm working out. But like a 10-minute practice, like it doesn't have to be this big thing. Like I'm focusing on just like getting some kind of flow in, like whether it's after my workout, like recovery, or right when I wake up, if I'm feeling like really tight. So yoga all the time, all day, every day. It's like my goal. But I feel like having a goal of like 10 minutes every single day is like good, because then on the rest days when I have more time, I can like do it confidently. And on the days I don't have as much time, it's like I can still get this in and make it happen. And then the last thing, I have so many goals. I feel like the last thing is there was a call, a training like within one of our teams just recently, and she talked about energy management, and she talked about how like motivation isn't something that like you just get randomly, like you're just like struck by lightning, like struck by motivation. She said motivation comes like when you decide to be motivated, and usually it comes from when you have a lot of energy. Like if you think about it, we drink our pre-workout like to get energized, and so that's why it helps us, because we feel like so excited and like, I don't know, full of life, and that makes us want to go hit our goals and like go get the workout in or whatever. So I really want to work on this idea of energy management, and like every single time I'm not like high in energy, like kind of refocusing and being like, how can I create more energy in myself, like in this moment? And obviously like there's space to be sad, and there's space in life to like not have energy. But when you're trying to get your workout in, or you're trying to do something that scares you and like hit your goals, like energy is so key. So I want to work on like finding ways to create that energy. So if you guys have any ideas, feel free. I know for one, like a playlist, like that's like the one thing. I'm trying to come up with like this huge playlist of all my favorite songs that make me just feel like a badass. So that's in the works.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all for me. Anybody else who wants to go can just take over. And if you're muted, just go to the upper like left or the upper right hand corner of your box, and you can like unmute yourself. Just heard a horse.
I can go. Sorry, I'm in the garden, so I'm just gonna pop out of here really quick. I like your idea about the energy management too, Leanna. I think that's huge. Especially like when you're balancing other jobs and other commitments and stuff, just finding that like fine balance between all of them will help you like crush your goals even more, I feel like.
Yeah, because things can like suck the life out of you.
Yes, exactly. And yes, but anyway, sorry, I'm gonna get settled. I was like, um, so my goals are, Jordan's gonna do LIIFT4 with me, which I'm really excited because he had wanted nothing to do with working out forever until he started seeing me like crushing my goals and kind of getting fit and in shape again. I did better on like our hiking trips when we were on vacation and stuff like that. So my goal is to start getting up with him when he goes to work, or even an hour before, so we can get our workout done before he goes. So that's at like 5, and that's going to be a really big goal for me because I am not a morning person at all. I work at 10. I like to sleep in. I do my work at 8 right now. That's the first goal. The second goal is meal prep. I am awful at it, but we're plant-based. So, I mean, obviously I can like whip together a salad and stuff, but I don't always digest like lettuce really well. So salads can be hard. So meal prep is on our list like every Sunday. And maybe like Wednesdays, maybe we do like 2 meal preps per week because we grow a garden. So we have like a lot of like fresh produce, which is really nice. So if we kind of like have recipes on hand, that's another goal. What else? Meditation and yoga. I want to implement that on our rest days. Meditation every day for sure, but yoga definitely 3 days a week at least. Just because I feel like it not only helps you like mentally, but I feel like it'll help me with my flexibility and with this new program, just to kind of stretch my muscles out again and stuff. I also really want to work on my business and that side of things. I signed up my first challenger, which is really exciting. So, and I'm talking to 3 more girls right now. So I'm like really hoping they want to start tomorrow, but that might be a little too excited of me. But either way, I just would love for them to join us. So I want to push for diamond. That's huge for me, which is really scary to say, but I really want to do it and try to figure out how to get there. Anything for me to do that, like time blocking, because I'm really bad at that. I procrastinate when I time block, but just time at work and stuff like that to make sure I can time and get back to girls efficiently and effectively. And another goal of mine is to be kind of vulnerable on social media. I have a lot of goals too, because that's not always something that I'm really open about. I get really nervous to like speak my truth and who I am, and like, but I've been learning to voice like who I am as a person, and you'd be amazed at like just like in like the few weeks that I've been slowly like doing it. I think I've gone 4 days strong now, which is a lot for me. But how many people reach out to you and say like, thank you for inspiring me, or I want to implement this into my lifestyle, and it almost makes it easier to do it. But then you're like, oh, people listen and people do care, and I should share like my goals and my dreams and what I like to be zero waste, and like how I implement zero waste lifestyle and veganism and all of that stuff. So I think those are my main goals, but I don't know if anybody else wants to go.
Those were awesome. I love listening to those. Yeah, let's just have everybody share your goals, whatever they are, as far as like health and fitness for this upcoming month and beyond if you'd like to. But I definitely want to hear what everybody's focusing on, what program you're doing and what your focuses are with that program. So Leanne and I best know how to support you guys. So I don't know if anybody else, we got Jennifer, Kayla, B, and Vanessa. One of you guys can unmute yourselves and share next.
Did I do it? Yay! I'm so bad at phones and technology. My boyfriend always shouts at me because I don't even know how to turn the laptop on half the time. Useless. My goals for LIIFT4 are, like, obviously because it's got the 3 rest days, is to take the rest days. Like, I'm so guilty of like working out 7 days a week, 6 days a week, and it's really bad. And I've done that like so long that like it's such a challenge for me to actually take a rest day, and it sends me off into like all these weird head spaces resting. But like I'm going to fill my rest days with things like stretching, like deep stretching, yoga, getting outside if it's not raining like it is in Scotland right now. But And my nutrition as well. Like, obviously being on the road and moving around constantly has like caused my nutrition to just be like this. So like finding a like, obviously there's like the guided nutrition plan and stuff, and finding what works for me, but being able to stick to it while like living in outback country towns where we have like one supermarket and minimal vegetables, it's really difficult. And we're actually in the process of getting a new job again. Go figure. So we're probably going to be on the road again maybe in a week or so. So pack up everything, take everything with us, drive another, I don't even know when, and start again. So my main focus is like to find structure and routine and to take my rest days. And nutrition, obviously. Yay. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it's going to be a transition for, I think, a lot of us who are used to working out 6-7 days a week to like force ourselves to slow down and do something active that's not strength training. So I think like, you know, doing, even if it's like 30 minutes of yoga or something, would be good that your body has time to recover still. Super excited for the program. I have no idea what to expect with it.
I can go. Did it work? Okay. So I don't know. I'm just excited. So I'm doing LIIFT4 and just to do more like strength training based. I've never really done strength training to a degree. I mostly just do like HIIT and then a lot of cardio. I always preferred cardio. So to focus more on like strength, I'm excited for. My big thing is nutrition though. So I eat pretty like clean and I always have, but I am like the worst when it comes to snacking, and like stress eating is like my thing. And this summer I am taking 5 classes right now and I work almost full time. So basically like when I'm like doing my homework, like I'm just eating because I'm like, I'm so stressed. And so just to like work on like not doing that. So like removing myself like from places of food, or and just like if I am gonna snack, like these are your 6 carrots you can eat, like no more. And so just to like set limits on myself. So that's where I really like the portion control thing, and just holding myself accountable to that, and so just working through that. But the rest days, I'm so excited for those because like with my schedule being so busy, like this program is perfect to have those 3 days where I can just like truly rest, but like at the same time, like maintain like my active level. So I work at a pool and I've convinced a lot of my coworkers to like swim laps with me and stuff. So like we'll swim laps in the morning and whatnot. So it's fun to like then have other people like outside of this, like to come alongside me. Like we're all going to better ourselves like before we go to work. So I'm really excited for that. And then I know this isn't a popular opinion, but I actually hate yoga. Like I just like can't do it. Like I'm so bad at it. So I'm going to work more on like stretching and whatnot, because that's like a good place like where I can start. And I think the reason I hate yoga is because I'm just not flexible at all. So to like start at that point and just to like really like treat my body well, because like I go like pretty hard with my body like all day long, and like with working out, like that's a lot of intensity. So just to like take that time and like that form of rest of stretching. So I'm kind of like all over the board, but I'm really excited for like what's to come. Got a lot of goals, but I'm really excited. So
I'm super excited for you because you've been absolutely crushing it lately. And I think LIIFT is going to be like a huge change for a lot of us. And I think we're going to see and feel some big changes in our body, both in strength and like aesthetics, because most of us have been doing programs that aren't super strength building. Like not all of us have been doing like hammer and chisel for the last year. And so it's going to be a really good change for that. And I used to hate yoga too, and then I forced myself to keep going to it, and eventually I fell in love with it. But it does, like, finding a teacher that you like or a studio that you like makes a world of difference. But I know the 3-week yoga retreat is awesome for just like a 30-minute stretching routine too, those like active rest days. And then let me see who else is on. We've got, I guess, Jennifer, I think you're the only one to go still.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, so this is like really nervous. Like I'm so nervous. Okay, so I'm doing it with my husband, which he hasn't done a program with me before, so that's gonna be exciting. And he's excited for the like weight training part of it, which is cool. I would say our goals, because I think we probably have similar ones, but like my husband and I really want to like make sure we're working out every day. We just realized that tomorrow we're in conferences like all day long. So I think we might start Tuesday instead, so we make sure like we start on the right foot, and then just skip like the rest day Wednesday, and then like keep going. That way we aren't like trying to like half do it on Monday. And then, so sticking, like, make sure we do it every day is, like, number one priority, but then also, like, sticking to the meal plan totally. I have a big sweet tooth, and he loves to eat pizza. So just making sure we stick to the meal plan 100%, except, like, on that one cheat that we get is, like our two-top priority is, like, stick to the workouts and stick to the meal plan. I know it sounds so basic, but that's really it.
I feel like that's so good though, because sometimes when you take up like so many goals at once, it can be overwhelming, especially if you don't have one thing down. Like for me, I'm like trying to incorporate like yoga and like all these other types of activity, but it's because like I've been doing this for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so I feel like really solidified on the days that I need to get workouts in. Like I know how to like make that happen. And then same with the meal plan, I know how to do that. So I feel like for me, the struggle in that comes with like Chad, because he's doing the program too, but like he is like trying to figure out how to do the meal plan. Like he wants to do the To Be Mindset meal plan because he doesn't like the portion cups or whatever. And so I've been trying to tell him, I'm like, you have to stick to like what it says for each like plate, like for breakfast this much and for dinner this much, because he's like so against no carbs at dinner time. So I'm gonna keep on him, but at the same time I need to like not coach him because he hates it when I like try to take charge. It's gonna be so interesting, but it'll be fun.
I kept trying to unmute myself and I kept accidentally right clicking on it and I was like, oh, I'm so struggling. And then, oh, Mackenzie jumped off. Okay. I was like, we can see if somebody else wants to. So one last thing that I kind of wanted to talk about here, and it's something that I need to like force myself to come back to, and it's a quote we always share in our accountability group, like at least probably once every 2 weeks or so, and it's hold the vision and trust the process. And it's so true in everything we do here. Like these programs work. Like we've been there, we know that. Like if you commit to a program, you will see and feel those results you want, but you have to commit to it. And of course, that's the hardest part. That's why we're all here together, like using the accountability and the support, because it's really, really hard. But it gets easier with each passing like week. And so, you know, week one might be an adjustment because you may have been off of your game for a while. And really focusing on like honing in your nutrition and stuff. But then knowing that those results you're looking for will come if you let them. Like if you let the programs work, they work. If you let the meal plan work, like you will see and feel those results you're looking for. And you know, really, really important to keep that long-term vision. Like where do you want to be in 4 weeks at that like midway point of this program? Like, do you want to feel proud of your accomplishments for the last 4 weeks, or do you want to be sitting here feeling like, oh, like I could have done better? And so having that vision from the start, and like, where do you want to be in 8 weeks at the end of this program? And keeping that vision in the forefront of your mind, like maybe like writing it down somewhere where you see it every day, or a little sticky note like hanging up by your computer or something, where it's like, where do you want to be at those checkpoints? And keeping that vision in your mind. So whenever, you know, you feel those temptations coming on, it's like, I just want to eat an entire bag of chips right now. But it's like, you know, how will I feel afterwards? Yeah, that's a temporary satisfaction because that's what my brain is on right now. But like I will feel so much better like at the end of the night and waking up tomorrow morning if I just stick to my plan and eat clean and press play and follow this plan. And so that's like my biggest goal, is to just trust this process because I know it. And we've got about 10 minutes left, so I think a few more people just hopped on. Does anybody want to share your goals if you just hopped on, or any questions or struggles that you guys are having if you've been following, if you've been working through these programs before? Why can I not? Okay, that should be a little better. We've all been either starting these programs now. Any questions on the meal plan, the nutrition plan, anything you're struggling with, like now's the time where we can kind of hash it out and come up with some solutions if you guys have anything. And if you don't want to chat, you can also type it in the chat, like if you don't want to speak.
A good thing too to think about, I just wanted to chime in real quick. A good thing, and what I've been thinking about is like if you are like wherever you're at, and then you find like in yourself, like I want to lose 2 pounds, or I want to lose 5 pounds, or this is where I want to be. I want to gain this muscle. You have to know, like I think this was something that like Autumn Calabrese talked about, but like what you're doing now is not what's going to get you to those things that you want to get to. And that's why I'm so excited to start LIIFT4, and why like all these new practices we're going to start incorporating, like having only 4 workouts per week and like 3 rest days and lifting really heavy. You have to know that like trying these new things is what's going to get you to your goals and like help you hit your goals. A lot of times I feel like, at least in my own journey, like I would be doing all the things, or so I thought, or felt like I was doing all the things, and I wouldn't be hitting my goals. And then I'd get frustrated and be like, why am I not hitting my goals? And it's like, well, you're not doing anything different than like from what you've been doing. So, if there's that one habit you have that you're struggling to kick, like my habit is chocolate. Like I love chocolate so much, and I like keep it in the freezer, in the very back of our freezer, because it's like only emergencies. But what happens is like I'll have this one chocolate bar, and I'll like go through it throughout the whole week, and I'm like, well, it's only like a little bit here and there, like it's not bad. But it's like if I'm not seeing changes, you have to look back on what you've been doing and be like, well, I'm eating this chocolate bar, like over the course of the week. So that's the thing, like it's not according to the plan. So I'm probably not getting results for a reason. So I think for me, like that's a good gut check, is to just think about like all the things that I'm like my habits, and like all those things that are what I've been doing. Like I have to be willing to just come into this program like open-handed and like let go of everything else that you've been told or you've been training with or you're used to. It kind of like I felt like I had to do that with the 80-day obsession as well, because it was a very like out of my comfort zone and new thing. So just coming into this program really like open-hearted, and that whatever like you try, be willing to try and stay in like the uncomfortable zone. Like I always say that in yoga, like stay in the tension, because that's where we grow and that's where we learn the most. Because when nothing's changing in our habits, like nothing's going to change in the results. So yeah, I'm stoked. It's going to be so fun. How many of you guys are doing the portion cups for like your meal plan? You can just like raise your hand.
I raised 2 because Ryan's doing it as well.
So like everybody, I'm doing that too, because I feel like I can track better that way. Like with the 2B mindset, it's almost like 2 hands off for me. But that's what Chad's doing, so we'll see.
That's exciting that you guys are like doing both of them.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone have any other questions? We have like 5 minutes.
We all good to go? Ready to get started tomorrow? Has anybody done any meal planning?
I think Dee has a question. Maybe? No? Yeah.
Something in the chat? Go for it.
Is it on? Yeah. Yay! It's not really a question. It's just like I guess it's a statement, and it's probably been covered in like the Shred for Summer group and everything. But don't be afraid to lift heavy. Honestly, like you'll see best results if you push yourself, not too like extreme, like oh my god, my muscles are snapping heavy, but you have to challenge yourself. And if you know that you can like lift 4 kilos, don't. Like it should be hard and you should get sweaty while you're lifting heavy. So my biggest thing is like don't be afraid to lift heavy, especially our legs. Like they're our strongest muscle groups, our butt and our quads and our hamstrings, all of that, like me. So get them working, definitely. That's all.
Yeah, I think we tend to be like, oh, I don't want to get big and bulky. I definitely have that hesitation too. And it's not going to happen. Our bodies are not meant that way. We're not eating like bodybuilders. If anything, it's going to help see those results quicker and like sort of more results.
Yeah, totally. Like we won't get bulky. Like it just won't happen. Like I did CrossFit for 2 years. I got bulky then, but that was a lot different. So yeah, not like this.
I've been in the market for heavier weights for a long time, but they're so freaking expensive that I keep going on Craigslist looking for like 45 pound, 55 pounds. Because Ryan takes my heaviest weights right now. And it's like, but I need to use them.
Yeah, it's difficult. I live out of a car, so I mean I can't carry like all the weights in our car while we're traveling around the UK, so just gonna make do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead.
Anything else from anybody? And heavy rocks.
That's literally what Chad and I did over the 4th, and I was so mad because he kept taking the heavy rocks, and I was like, I need those.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm sure there's rocks in Scotland. We'll find some.
And also, I think someone told me they found a really good set of weights at Goodwill. If you guys have any like thrift shops near you, I don't know. It can be like a random like hit or miss, or we have a thing called like bargain hunt here, and they like will randomly have like the best quality like blenders and like weights and random things. So that's always a good place too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got like 2 minutes left before it kicks us out, so we can use this to just say goodbye and not be cut off. If anything comes to you guys, just know like the Summer Shred group is there to support you in anything and everything that you do and you need. Like you can always message your coach or one of us, but it might take us a little while. Posting in there, like that's what this community is for. That's what this accountability is for. The more that you plug into that group, the more you will get out of it. The more time that like you come in and you check in every single day, like you will get the accountability out of it that you're looking for. Sharing your meals, sharing other people, encourage other people to share meals, and so then you can get all of that fun stuff together. Sharing your struggles as well, because we are not perfect, and we definitely admit to that in there. And I am looking so forward to doing this with you guys, and for the first time, just alongside everybody.
Yay!
All right. Want to cut us off any second, so
have a good Sunday, everybody. Thanks for hopping on.